So, all right. So I found some really, in some cases, funny but strange questions that I wanted to ask Reeanna Harrilal, who is the president of Voice of Lupus in Trinidad and Tobago. And I wanted you guys to just see some of the strangest things, the funniest things. Again, remember, Reeanna Harrilal has about 15 plus years, am I right, Ree? In
Yes.
broadcasting as a journalist. And of course, she is the strong sister who is doing so much great work in bringing awareness and just really sharing knowledge and creating that support group with her NGO called Voice of Lupus Foundation. And I love what she says. Anyway, she'll tell you what she says. But let's dive into this right now. So I've got some questions here for you, Ree. All right. I'm going to read them as quickly as possible, and you can answer me as quickly as possible. And there's no shame in the game.
All right. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. First one, before becoming a journalist, what was that career that you saw yourself delving into?
Wanted to be in the media, but I thought I would be a ventriloquist because I always talk to myself and I make funny voices. Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. I can't see you as a ventriloquist.
Not really.
You did it. Okay. So here's the next question, Ree. What is the dumbest thing, and I'm sorry I have to use that term, but what's the dumbest thing you've heard from persons when they are referring to what lupus is or asking you what lupus is?
I have two. One gentleman asked me if lupus was the sexing disease, and the other was, is that the disease in the Bible called leprosy?
No.
Sexing disease.
Sexing disease. All right.
I guess he meant HIV and AIDS.
I think he was referring to that. So Reeanna, being the president of the Voice of Lupus and just being that face and that, that advocate for awareness and knowledge when it comes to this, what's the craziest name persons have called you when maybe they see you on the streets or they hear you on the phone?
Hey, look, the lupus lady.
That's crazy. And in literally 3 seconds, okay, maybe 5 seconds or so, can you give us 3 platforms in which we can communicate with you at the Voice of Lupus? Go.
Sure. The Lupus Helpline, 327-0220, voiceoflupus@gmail.com, and of course, Instagram, Facebook, Voice of Lupus, Twitter, Voice of Lupus.
Woo, your voice.
You forgot.
What's the most embarrassing thing, Ree, you've experienced being at the helm, as the president of the Voice of Lupus Foundation?
I would say the most embarrassing thing was I had to meet the central bank governor, and in my capacity as head of the organization. And because I have lupus, I have something called brain fog, so sometimes I forget. And right in the middle of meeting Mr. Hilaire, I forgot my name.
You forgot what?
I forgot. I forgot my full name. Yeah.
Seriously though, you're serious?
Yeah. I forgot my name and how. So who are you? And it had nothing to do with being stunned or like, oh, I'm meeting the governor of central bank, but it was a matter of I just.
So how did you answer though?
I had a smile on my face.
I'm sorry, that's funny.
I had there was like an awkward silence, and I kind of like got back myself, but it was kind of real awkward. It was like really awkward. That happened to that incident didn't happen once. I've had situations like that where my mind just goes blank and I forget. I just.
So what do you call that again?
It's called brain fog.
Brain
fog. It's actually a symptom. Yeah, it's.
All right. Well, thank you, Reeanna Harrilal. I remember your name. Yeah, I'm JD, and there you have it. 5 questions.
I know.